shit. What took you so long to get here? Anyway, I'm happy that you came back. It's your girl Ty, aka Talks with Ty the podcast, and I appreciate you clicking on this video. If you haven't, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, I need you to do me one quick favor. Go on over to Spotify and iTunes, okay? Podcast, that is. Type in TALKSWITTY and hit that follow button. That way, if you miss me here on YouTube, you're able to catch me while you're riding to work or just you need a minute to decompress. Come on in the room, girl. Let's talk about it. It's your girl, Ty. I'm so happy you came back. Now stay tuned for the episode. Hit that like and share button. I'll see you in a sec. Welcome home, Angel, and welcome to Talks with Ty, the podcast. Man, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to year 3, season 1 of year 2025. You already know what time it is. Listen, thank you so much for showing up. And again, welcome home. It's me, your girl Ty, and you're tuned into the show. Here we do all things real, raw, and unfiltered. Talking about love, life, relationships, and most importantly, this journey that we're walking. All right, we're just here trying to get it right, trying to become the best version of ourselves every day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you follow us on all social media outlets at Talks with Ty. All right, tune in every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm so happy that you came back. Stay tuned for the show. Out with the old, in with the new car, new crib, new nigga too. Life moves so fast, let go of the past, love a little more, cherish what you had. When the clock strikes 12, hold your glasses high, make a wish and blow it to the sky. It's gonna be the best year of your life, best year of your life, best year of your life. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. Listen, I can't come up here at 8:30 no more. It's too late. I'm too old. I'm tired. Okay, let me catch y'all up for real. First of all, praise the Lord, saints. Okay, happy Monday. Today is Monday, January the 27th, 2025. And happy new week. We made it through the ghetto month of January. Okay, nobody's going to say it, so I'm going to say it. We made it through the ghetto. 2025, I'm feeling like it's going to be a little ghetto. But it's all right. We're in the land of the living, amen? So we're going to praise the Lord. It doesn't matter how we feel, God is still working to be praised. Amen? Amen. So happy Monday, y'all. We're going to have to change the time to 8 o'clock because 8:30 is too late. I'm getting old. All right. I get hungry. I'm in here eating cashews because I'm hungry. I do not eat meat anymore. Okay. So I no longer eat meat. So, and I don't have nothing in here to eat but me. My son got all the food. Okay. I don't have anything. And so it was one of them nights. I'm up too late. That's why. Y'all, I go to the gym in the morning. And so it's time for me to go to bed. But y'all know I couldn't go to bed without giving y'all tonight's show. Okay. So without further ado, let's see if I remember how to do this. Because y'all know I do not remember how to do these controls. Come on in the room. Before we cue the intro, we're going to get into Ty's Jewel of the Day. Okay. If you're not following me, I have all my social media platforms up here. All right. In the overlay. So at Talks with Ty on Facebook, at Talks with Ty underscore on Instagram and my YouTube channel. And that is the Cash App sign. All right. Feel free to drop $1 because it pays to play up here. All right. Nah, for real. It all goes back into the platform. As y'all can see, we changing up some things. I'm trying to elevate the show as much as possible. I hope you guys can see and hear me good. But I feel like I look a little blurry tonight, but I don't know. I could be tripping, right? I think my camera's a little blurry, but it could be the lighting. I don't know. Let's get into, without further ado, we about to get into the show. And before we get into the show, I like to do Ty's Jewel of the Day for today. So let's get into it. Ty's Jewel of the Day for today. Yes, the past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn and level up from it. Everyone is struggling with something they are trying to get past. Never be ashamed to work on or build up the best version of you. Just trying is the real success. Healing, self-love, self-compassion, understanding, and forgiveness are necessary for finding the peace you seek. Learn from the past, accept the now, keep God first, and trust yourself to focus and create your future. No matter what, keep growing through. Love, Ty. All right, so that's the jewel of the day. I hope that helped somebody. I hope that touched somebody, and it's definitely what we are about to get into tonight. So without further ado, cue the intro. All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about, I got to remember how to work it. I have been like off for so long, so bear with me, okay, while I'm warming up. Tonight we're going to talk about past, present, future. Don't let your pain become your identity. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the bike. Don't let your pain become your identity. Okay. I want to talk about past first, right? I got some things written down up here. I want to make sure that I get the points out. I want to make sure that I'm saying what I'm saying is making sense, but mostly I want to make sure that it's helping somebody. I thought about this because I've been in reflection with a lot of things that, with a lot of things that I have grown through, right? So I think about my past and why I am the way I am and why I had certain characteristics that I had prior to changing and growing myself in a lot of ways, right? Pushing myself to a better version of me. And so a lot of that had to do with my past, my upbringing. It had to do with my influences. It had to do with the way that I was raised, the things that I saw, the things that I did not see. And as I matured, I realized that I was more like what I didn't want to be like. You know, when we grow up, if there are characteristics that maybe your parents have that you are not fond of, you say to yourself, I'm not going to be like that when I grow up. I'm reflecting on this because when my son came home, lips look a little better. When my son came home, y'all, he was talking to me. He came home a couple months ago to visit, and he was talking to me, and he was telling me how he was talking to his friends. And in that conversation, because me and my son, he's 20, so we have a little bit more adult-like conversations at this stage in his life, learning how to parent an adult. It's very different, but as he grows, I have to as well. I have to shift with him in his life. And so he was being open with me as I allow him to be as his mom. And he was telling me how he was talking to one of his friends about a situation that he had been through, and well, how he was dealing with a particular young lady. And he was telling her like certain things he just won't tolerate. And in him telling her that, he was telling me what he was telling her. And one of the things that he told her was, I witnessed my mama be treated like, welcome. Where my sound effect? Y'all better tighten up. Well, he said, I witnessed my mama be treated like, yeah. Okay, my son tells me this. And as he's talking, I didn't want to stop his conversation, but I'm like, I'm not letting nobody treat me any kind of way. You know, I watched my mom go through certain stuff. So this is him, but he's talking to the young lady. And right then I realized how important what we do as a parent is for our children's foundation on who they become. I don't think that I ever really realized it. Like I knew that I had a responsibility as a parent, but hearing him say that really gave me a different perspective. And it drew me back to the things that I saw and was privy to as a person growing up, as a young adolescent, and how that shaped me. Because I'm looking at my son and I'm seeing how what he saw me go through or grow through, as I like to say, what he saw me grow through made him say, you know, oh, I ain't letting nobody do me like that with certain things, right? So hold on, let me take this off, y'all. It's hot. Jesus, I can't take it. Ooh, I'm on fire. I don't know. This is it's too hot in here. I turn the heat off. It's still hot. I can't. I got to take this shirt off. It's sweating. Itchy gawaza off. Ooh. Oh, that's hot. Then I got my hair out. Let me put this hair up. Let me put this up. Too hot. I done got hot. I got to come out the stuff. Okay. Woo. I was on fire. All right, we back. So I witnessed him. He was telling me about droopy neck. Come on, girl. But anyway, he was telling me about how he told, a young lady, I ain't letting nobody handle me any kind of way because some of the things that I seen my mother go through. And so, like I was saying, it kind of took me back to the things that what I was privy to as a young adult and how that kind of shaped me into the woman that I've become because he's becoming a man. And so because of what he saw me go through, what he saw me endure, how he seen me handle situations, whether it was correctly or incorrectly, has built his character. And so as I was reflecting on that today, asking God, like, what you want me to talk about? This is how I came up with this because it made me think about who I used to be and how did I get there? You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't have no hood, ghetto, crazy, terrible childhood. I did not have that, but it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was given to me and I had to work for everything. My grandmother did the best that she could. My father was a young father when I was young. Okay. And he did the best that he knew how to do. And as I got older, what I didn't know then that I know now is that he was doing the best that he knew how to do based on his past. And my grandmother, she took care of me. My great grandmother always had a strong foundation for us. I grew up blessed, nonetheless. Family, very close knit. We all came up together. And as crazy as things were, they were good. Now that I'm an adult, I thought I didn't have so much, but I really had so much. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have everything I wanted, but I had everything that I needed. You know what I'm saying? And how my father was and how I saw him was, he was the first man I ever knew, the first man I ever loved. And his being shaped me. my mother didn't raise me. I wasn't around my mom. She was living a different life at the time. And so she wasn't in my life, growing up. But I had my grandmother. So the two figures that I had, that's all I knew. And so that's who I became. I became a version of Rick and Mignon, literally the good, the bad, and the ugly. Um, and as I grew into a young woman, I realized just how much I was like them, even the parts of them that I didn't want to be like. And this is not no shade in a disrespectful way. My father was mean. You know what I'm saying? And I was mean. You know what I mean? If I didn't know you, I ain't rocking. So it's just like I took that trait on from my dad because that's what I knew. And my grandmother, she was a very strong, independent woman. Like strong. Like, yeah, she was the provider. You know what I'm saying? She was the go get it. She was the hustler. She was the person that paid the bills. Like it was her. And if she didn't do it, it wouldn't have gotten done. I'm just being real. Like she worked 2-3 jobs. She had a hustle. And so now that I'm a little bit older, I see the makeup of me and I see where it comes from. And I say I mean, looking back, hindsight is 2020. My grandmother, all of my childhood was with one man. And respectfully, he wasn't doo-doo crap. Okay. He was trash, garbage, big pile of doo-doo, terrible. Okay. But she loved him. And it was nothing that no one could do or say. And as I reflect on certain things in my adulthood again, even the things that you don't want to take, you take. So at some point in your life, if you're blessed enough, you're able to break away and kind of create your own identity. You're able to work on you and kind of come up out of that shell. And so that's kind of just a very small piece of my past and what made me even bring it up. Listening to my son, I reflected on that when we were talking, and we had a long conversation about that because it was important to me to know how that made him feel so that I can continue to lead him in the right direction as his mom. Because even the bad things or the things that you didn't think that I should have endured or that you wasn't rocking with, you still saw. So how does it just sparked a conversation to make me say, okay, well, how do you feel about that? And how has that affected you as a young man? Because we could take bad traits from our parents. And I'm not going to say bad, but we could take traits that may not be the healthiest from our parents and from our upbringing. So that's why I said, don't let your past don't let your pain become your identity, because there was a lot of pain that I endured that I didn't know was painful for me until I started going to therapy, and why I am the way that I am until I started going to therapy. And I had to not let that become my identity, because it was. I just, and I'm learning, I'm at 40, okay? I'm trying to learn how to break away from that. It's cool to be independent, right? But if you're looking to be with someone, you have to learn how to be dependent. So it's those type of traits, because the women still to this day stand 10 toes down. Still to this day, the women that I grew up around are all independent. They all have their homes. They all take it. Like, ain't no man around. And I don't know if that's because we're too independent or if it's because men are garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it us or is it us? So we cannot let our past determine who we are in the future. Like, it's okay to change. And if you've been hurt in your past, It's okay. It's okay to forgive. You don't have to forget, right? You ain't got to forget what you've been through. But if you don't forgive and progress forward, you are going to stop yourself from being the best version of you. I do not care how you look at it. Like you have to do it if you're going to change, if you're going to grow. If you don't want to forgive and you want to be mad and you want to continue to blame whatever happened to you or whomever did it, you're going to just live a really unhealthy life and you're going to be miserable. And who wants to live like that? Like, nobody. So I think that understanding your past is a part of you, but it doesn't have to be who you are. People grow, they change, they recover from things, they get stronger. Like it is a part of you, but it does not have to be who you are. And in right, growing from the past and changing and moving, don't find yourself in a position where you're trying to convince everybody that you're not the person that you used to be. Because that's another place that I was at, right? Trying to convince people I changed. The truth of the matter is, listen, if you're blessed enough to stay around me, you're going to see it. I'm just not the same person that I used to be. If you're lucky enough, if you're blessed enough where God allows you in my dwelling, you're going to see that. I don't have to prove that to you. I don't have to defend my honor and tell you, oh, I did all this work and I've been working on me and I've been going to counseling and I'm changing and I'm not the same person that I used to be. I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is exit you out of my life really, really peacefully. You will not gain access to me and I'm going to move on to whatever my future has for me because that's how I'm moving. I'm not concerned about what somebody who's probably stuck in the same position that I'm trying to outgrow even cares about me. It doesn't matter. Right. So understanding that your past is a part of who you are, but it's not, it's a part of you, but it doesn't have to be you. I hope that makes sense. Right. And then present. How does who I was in the past affect me in adulthood today? Well, it just does. Like I said, today I went through something, right? I needed some help. I needed some help. Oh God, I pray I don't cry, but I needed some help. And it is like pulling teeth to get me to ask for help. Like I don't think the level of humility. I will cry in here for hours praying that God just like drop whatever it is that I need out of the sky before I like call somebody and ask them for help. Like if I have called you and asked you for help, you better know it was the last of the last straw. It takes a lot for me to do that. And I think that that's from my upbringing. The woman that I loved first was a hustler. She was a grinder and it took a lot. Like my grandmother did not, like we would go without sometimes before she asked somebody for help. It's just, it's that is so unhealthy. Like I'm learning at 40, like it's okay to ask for help. It's okay. I tell myself that even though I do not feel like it's okay. I do not feel like it's okay to ask people for help. I don't feel like you should be burdening nobody with your problems. I don't feel like you should not be in a position. I don't feel like I should never not be in a position to do what it is that I need to do. Facts. That's just how I feel. And when I'm not in the position to do what it is that I need to do, it takes me to a very, very low place. And it's very difficult for me to like maneuver. So I'm learning at 40 how to ask for help. Like it's okay to say, hey, I need some help with this, or can you do this for me? Or are you able to do this or do that? Like It's okay to do it, even though I do not think that it's okay to do. So I will, I try to make strides to know that like it's okay to ask for help, Ty. Like you could, you can ask somebody for help. Like we know you strong, we know you got it. Like, but it is like, y'all, I have really put myself in crazy situations and set in things that I should not have had to go through that I probably didn't had I just asked for help. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very, very hard for me to do that. And I see how my past is a really, really, really big seed in that. And it makes me ask myself, are my kids like that? Like, do you know? I constantly am asking my son, let me help you. Let me help you with your projects. It's okay to ask for help because I was I was a tough girl because I seen tough women and they never asked for help. And as a young lady, I never did. And I see how that's affected me at 40. And that's like not good. Like it's not good to feel like you don't need nobody. Like that's crazy. We're created in community. You need somebody, right? And then it doesn't make it better because I'm constantly by myself. Right now, I'm down here, I'm in Texas. But like when I say by myself, I'm by myself. My son has his dad, me, his grandparents, his dad's parents. His dynamic is here. Here I am again, grinding by myself. And I don't know if it's like, it's kind of like all I know. In the military, I moved around a lot. It was very, yes, I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. But in the military, I moved around a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it was just me. And wherever I went, I had to create the village. A lot like my grandmother. She had to make something happen out of nothing. And so I literally adopted that. It's like in my DNA. And in my mind, I don't need nobody. And it is so bad. It is so bad. Like it's so bad. Like scratching nails, I will cry and scream and yell. So today I humbled myself and I asked for help. Am I mad about it? Absolutely. I do not want to do that. But sometimes you have to. So when I think about my past and how that shaped me into my present, that's a good example. So think about if you're going through something or if there's something that you have going on with you and you know that it's a problem, sometimes you got to go back. You got to go back and see like where that came from and how is that affecting you now? You can't erase your past. It's a part of who you are, but it doesn't have to be who you are. I don't have to be stubborn like that. I don't have to be so independent to the point where it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy not to let someone know that I'm going through something and that I'm struggling with something and that I need help. That's not help when I have people in my life that will probably help. It's rare that I ask anybody for anything about anything. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But the few people that I got, praise God for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like two, three, few. And like it's like going back to like, I mean, when I tell you, especially if it's like money or something, like if you fly me a kite, I might need something for a couple of days. Oh, first thing in the morning, my mama told me the other day, like I was like, hey, she had let me borrow some money. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, she like, girl, I wakes up. You do that play. Now I don't play. I don't want to be in nobody's pocket. So like, it's so bad. And my mother tells me like, you don't have to give it like it's okay. And she has her reasons because she's my mama ain't get it right with me. But with this grandma thing, she is the GOAT. Like she don't play about her grandkids. Like she's an amazing grandmother. And so I'm grateful for if I never had it, that they get that version of her. You know what I'm saying? So again, Your past is a part of you, but it doesn't have to be who you are. So that's how that's kind of affecting me in womanhood at 40. And in writing this down today, like when I say this show like helps me, like it really helps me because it made me like think about my relationships. Like I'm cool on anybody and anything. We don't have to talk. I don't care. Like if you're supposed to be in my life, you're gonna be in my life. And I'm solid. Like I'm solid as a rock. I'm 100. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm it's who I am. And I'm stupid dumb loyal. And that's probably a downfall. Like for real. But okay, in my mind, and this may sound really, really cocky. But I promise you, I'm saying this in the most humble way possible. I've never took a loss. When it came to people, I never took a loss. It's not one that got away. It's not one that fumbled that I let slip through the cracks. It's not. I thank God for that. I thank God that whatever it is that He put in me, this makeup of who I am, is solid. Like it's solid. Like it's super solid. And I don't know what it feels like to fumble on a person. I know what it feels like to make mistakes. I know what it feels like to know that I could have been a cause of certain things. I didn't know what I didn't know. And as I may have grown or went through that situation and came out on the other side, I could have done things differently. So I apply that in whatever my next experiences are. But losing the people that I've lost, I ain't, and that's in friendships, relationships, and this is no shade to nobody. This is just the truth. I ain't had many, but the ones that I've had, respectfully, is people that if they could call my phone right now, they would. And I'm the type of person, because of my past, I know how to like when I'm done, I'm done. Like I cut it off. The dynamic changes. The only reason why certain people talking to me because I have to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? But when I don't have to talk to you no more, I don't like when we done, we did like it's okay. Like, and it's okay with me. Like I cut stuff off. I don't have problems with like exes in my new relationship. Like I don't do that. I don't talk to no exes. The only exes I talk to are my kids' fathers, and it's extremely limited. Like I don't, when it's time, I cut that cord. And that's how I think I maintain my peace. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that's how I keep my peace. And it really is how I move, how I'm able to move, how I move. I've never had a problem with you know, stray bullets coming through the window or doors not being closed because of my past, because of how I was raised. Again, that's a good thing. That's a part of me. So you, like I said, your past is a part of you, but it doesn't have to be who you are. So I'm learning at this stage of my life how to take the good things, apply those to the best of my ability. I don't throw away the bad things because to me, nothing is bad. It shaped me. However, the unhealthy things that I picked up along the way, or those unhealthy blocks, those fibers that are in me, how can we change those to make them healthy? We don't have to get rid of them. It's kept me sharp. It's kept me smart. It's a part of who I am. But how can I take this and make it work for me? So I'm really, let me tell you, coming out. I'm really at that stage where I'm figuring that out. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I think that it's necessary for me to be the best version of myself. I got up this morning at like 3 and I say my prayer or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me get up and get to the gym. And so I'm like, as I'm getting dressed, I'm like, the version of me, the best version of me, what would she be doing right now? The best for, I don't know why, like it was kind of like an outer body experience, but I was thinking like the best version of me, what would she be doing right now? And I thought to myself, I'm right. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing because she would be getting ready to go to the gym. And I tell myself that on days when I don't want to go to the gym and I get up and I say, the woman that I'm trying to become, the goal me that I have written down in my notes and on my books, and the person that I'm trying to become would be getting up, going to the gym. It's like here. So you have to get up and go to the gym. The person that you're trying to become, the best version of you, would not be eating that. So don't eat that. Like, that's what I tell myself, because in my mind, if I don't start thinking like that, I'm never going to become her. And that thinking has caused me to move and do things differently in my process. So, yeah, if I never said it, I want you to know that you have a love. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are appreciated, Edward. Really, you really are. Um, so understanding that, like, you really, again, because what we talking about tonight, I want to make sure that I'm staying on task, but I'm hitting my points because I want y'all to get me. I want this to help people. Okay. Your past is a part of you. Your present is where you are, but your past is a part of you. It's not who you have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, use it to continue to build the best version of you. The things that are unhealthy about that in your present, you should be realizing it. If you're 40, if you're my age and you're still doing the things that you were doing in your 20s, there's a really big problem. Like, I don't care what nobody say. If you are 40 and you are still doing the things that you were doing 20 years ago, let me pray for you. That's crazy work. Like, you got to put away the childish ways, and the mindset has to change. And I think that, oh, y'all gonna be mad when I say this. My girl's gonna be mad when I say this, but specifically Black women, right? We have a history of pain. We have a history of struggle. It's dark. Like, it's no other way around it. It's no other way to. I'm into history right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been reading a lot about history. Like, I'm looking up a lot of things. Like, my mind, my third eye is super, super open, and just saying, like, there's no history of women like women of color. We are the most disrespected, unappreciated, undervalued race of women in the world. But yet we are the strongest, the boldest, the most beautiful. They want to be like us. They want to look like us. They take everything from us. Everything. Everybody. White people, black men, white men, you name it. Right. And I'm writing a lot of things down at this stage in my life, because when God called me home, I really want my kids to understand a lot of things, because they're taking so much from our generation now that we were privy to. They're not going to have it. So I want to make sure that they understand certain things to help them through life when I'm gone. But like, just when you think about our history, right? It's nothing like a black woman. I would not want to be any other race other than black. Black like that. Okay. I love being a black woman. But there is no but to that. I love being a black woman. But we gotta heal. We, all of us. I talk to a lot of young ladies. I talk to women my age. I get a lot of DMs. You get see the stuff that I get, questions and stuff like that. And I'm like, we have to figure out, sometimes we are our worst enemy. It's not always the devil. It's not always everybody else. Sometimes it's us. Because what I'm learning is that black women have a problem. We've gotten a lot better, but we have a problem with correction. We have a problem with being told that we're wrong because of our history. We are too independent as a race of women. We are the only women. We are the only women of race that say, I don't need no man. What? What? I don't hear no white women say that. I don't hear no Spanish, Russian. I have never I don't need no man. I'm good. Like, huh? You do. We do, ladies, we do. That's why we ain't got them. That's why they gone everywhere else but with us. We have to stop putting out this persona that we are so strong that we don't need anybody. We do. We need love, we need support, we need help, and we need our black men. You know what I'm saying? And they need to know that we need them. But we need them to need us. And we need to be the best version of ourselves so that we could keep the family together. I think about when I was young and stuff like that and how strong the black woman was. Like, it's not even a question if black women went through hell in their marriages. Marriages used to last 50, 60 years. You don't think that they went through stuff? Absolutely. But the black woman kept it together, not the man. The black woman did. The matriarch of the family kept it together because she understood that it was bigger than her. I think sometimes we get lost and we forget that it's bigger than us. That doesn't mean that you have to deal with certain things. No, that's not what I'm saying. That doesn't mean that you have to stay with someone that's mistreating you or you have to stay at a place that's not healthy. That's not what I'm saying. We have a tendency to take things out of context. But what it does mean is that we should work on ourselves so that we set strong boundaries and we know and understand our worth and what we are willing to deal with and not. That's what I'm saying. Black women were different, you know, and it wasn't that they didn't endure. I talked to my great grandmother. She's 99 years old. And I talk to her about my grandfather all the time because I be joking with her, but she went through hell with my grandfather and she left. She left him with 3 kids. She left. And she was 15, 16 years old with 3 kids. I mean, of course, the times were different, but she struggled. And I don't know if any of my other cousins ever got this from her, but she definitely said she could have stayed and did things differently. But that's not what she wanted to do. She wanted a different life. She wanted something different. And in turn, she created a whole generation of super independent women. I've seen my great grandmother with men, but I ain't never seen her lusting on no man or had no man laid up in her house or had no man living up in her. Never. 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 Single my whole life. I'm 40. And she went on dates. Like, she used to kick it. She used to sneak out back with Dr. Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like, she used to do her thing. She had a couple dudes, but she kept it away from us. Like, we was peeking out the window. We ain't had no business peeking out the window. Dr. Jones pulling up in the Corvette to scoop her up. You know what I'm saying? He bringing the flowers past the shop We ain't had no business saying that, but we saw it. We was kids. We was bad, doing what kids do. But she protected us from that. And I think about how that affected me and how that affects me as a mom because I don't let men around my boys. Mm-mm. Part of how I was raised. If you don't know, don't bring it around. So I protected them from that. Like, you ain't finna be around my kid. Like, no, 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 no. And I don't want to meet yours. Like, a long version of me was like that. Like, I have no desire to meet your child because you're not meeting mine. I don't even know if you're going to be here next month. Like, that's just how I was. Going into this phase of my life, it's a little bit different. I love children. You know what I'm saying? I can't have any more. So my ideal person definitely is going to have kids because it's no more coming. I'm not having no more. So I would love for you to have children, because I'm not ready to be a grandma yet. No. But thinking about, again, how my past is a part of me, but how I'm choosing not to let it be who I am. It doesn't have to be me. Like, that's not healthy. It's okay to if you're serious with someone, you know what I'm saying, to blend families. Like, you would have to be around for years for I felt like you could come around my kid. I think the only one that slid in there pretty good was Zamir's dad. And that was quick because he just was the type of guy that he was. Like, he got I was younger at the time. I was like, okay, like, he didn't really give me a choice, honestly. But I mean, back then we were younger, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but nah, uh-uh. As after that separate, no. It really did something to me. And that's a part of my past. Going in from the present to the future, what does the future you look like? How does he or she respond? What do they do every day? You got to you can't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. That is crazy. It's not going to happen. So something about you has to change. And everything around you cannot be an excuse. Excuse me. Everything around you cannot be an excuse for why you're not progressing. If you went through something in your past and you never got closure, you never got completion from it, you weren't able to get what you needed to move on or to heal, right? You're going to just stay there forever. At some point, you got to forgive, understand that life continues to go on, and become the best version of you. What does the future you look like? Where's the water? What water? This water? What water are you talking about? You got to know, like, every day I ask myself, how would the future me handle this? And I'm telling you, it allows me to look at things from a different perspective. How would the multimillionaire Ty handle this situation? Boy, I wish it was me right now, but I'm going to get there. But I'm just saying, like, how would the multimillionaire Ty handle the situation? You know what? I watered myself. Facts. And I'm not mad at nobody about that. I'm not. I think that that's the way that things needed to be because it's who I am today. Like, I parent my kids differently because of what I went through with my parents or didn't go through with my parents. I take a step back and look at things from a different perspective because I had to water myself. I'm not mad at it. I ain't finna sit here and cry about it and be angry. It was a point where I kind of was. I felt like the world owed me something. And, I get it. You ain't asked to be here, all that good stuff. Well, you're here. You're here. You're right. You didn't ask to be here, but you're here. Now, how are you going to live? We are living in crazy times right now. Like crazy times right now. And so I be god darn if I'm not going to enjoy what's left of whatever this life is that God has for me. I think about my business and like how I'm holding on to it. Like I am holding on. But I'm so determined to win. Like I'm so determined to win. And I'm not talking about like just financially. I'm talking about like overall as a mom. Like I want my kids to be proud of me. I want God to be proud of me. Whatever man that God places in my life, I want him to be proud of me, like proud like that. Like proud. I'm saying I want my boys to look at me and be like, shh, my mama the goat. Like look, I want them to be proud. I want God to look at me and smile upon me. And that's what I strive for every day. So the grind is the dream. What I go through every day, making ends meet, putting plays together. I just sat here and budgeted out my entire month of February with, I don't know how. Like, when I don't know how, but God always makes a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, as long as I'm doing it right, like, just give me what I need and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make you proud this month. I'm going to make you proud today. I ain't going to cuss nobody out. I'm going to make you proud. Like, it be the little stuff, but the little stuff adds up to the big stuff. So I'm not easily moved of what you learn from different experiences. And I water myself. I watered myself. Women, when things are given to you and life gives you lemons, how you gonna make the lemonade? Or you just gonna be tart forever? And I only see it I hate to say it, I only see it in Black women of color. There has to be a shift in in who we are. We are the most successful race of women in the world. We are the most successful. We make the most money in the world. I'm not talking about just in the United States. Look it up. Black women are the most successful race of women in the world. There is such beauty and power in that. But we are the most single. Like you got all that wealth and nobody to share it with. Single mothers, families are broken, but yet we the strongest. We strong. We strong. I just was telling a friend the other day, like, I don't want to do it. I want my wrist to be broke. I want broke wrist. I don't want to be strong. I don't want to pay all the bills. Not that I can't, but I don't want to do it. I've had to do it I don't want to do it. I don't feel like I want to be. However, I got you. I can pay all the bills. I can do what needs to be done, but I don't want to. So, I'm learning here. I'm learning how to let people know I can do this, but I don't want to do this. All right. And if you let me do this, this is not going to be good for you because this is what I do anyway. So if I come with you and letting you let me do this, what do I need you for? So my energy with you at some point is going to shift because I'm feeling like I gotta be the hustler, and I'm gonna work. I'm gonna pull my weight, but I've always been a provider. I don't want to get with a person and do that. I want to come into your house and make it a home. I don't want you coming into. It's terrible that I'm saying that, but it's the truth. I don't want you coming into mine. No, 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 no. I heard a dude say like any man that like go into a woman's house is the worst thing he could do. It's like the word, like you move, you stop what you doing, you move in with a woman, it's a wrap. You better get you a crib and let that woman move in with you. And he was absolutely right. He was absolutely right. It's not that things like that aren't successful, but the man should be the foundation. And it's facts. That doesn't mean that a woman can't have her own. I have my own. I have my own table, chairs, and I can sit at it all day. But we're not created to live like that. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm okay with living like that because it's very peaceful. Y'all know I'm scared. I'm scared today. I'm scared. I was just talking about this yesterday. I am scared. I'm scared. But I know if this is something that I choose to be, I also know I'm a wife. I'm scared today, but I also know that I'm a wife. I'm not really a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do that with something. I'm not really a girlfriend. I'm not that type of girl. I'm a wife. I want to come home, have my family, cook, clean. I want to do a whole lot of things that married folks do. I don't want to, like, I'm just not the casual that, like, I can't do that. Some girls can, and some women are cool with that, but I'm a wife. So I can't be scared today and be a wife. Gotta pick one. So the future me is a wife. And she's forever growing. She's forever growing, forever learning, and she listens. The past Takia did not listen at all. The present, I listen better, but the future listens. And she just doesn't listen to respond. She listens to hear. You know, I'm learning how to do that. Like, she listens. She takes criticism well. She doesn't look at anything as a loss. Everything happens for her. That's me right now in the present. Nothing is a loss. Everything happens for me. You know? And so she forgives. She's still spoiled, but she handles things differently. She's in control of her emotions. That's me in the present. Like, I'm so in control of my emotions that it's scary. I went from one extreme to the next. I'll be talking to my therapist about that, but you know, that's just how I be. And so thinking about, you know, who you are and the version of you that you want to be. So yeah, I hope that helps somebody. I just wanted to come up here and like share my journey with that because it hasn't been easy. This walk has been rocky. And it's the journey. Like the journey it's been journeying, but I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. I'm definitely not the person that I used to be. And I'm super, super grateful for that. I really, really am proud of the young woman that somehow I have grown into. It is hard work to work on you. And it's scary because when you start dealing with your own stuff, your own bag of shiznai, okay, when you start dealing with your own bag, two things happen. You are more conscious of you and your bag because we all got a bag. We all got a bag of shiznai with us. All of us got some shiznai with us. But you become more conscious of your bag and you let a lot of it go as you grow, you know, but you pay attention to other people's bags. You see how much is in a bag the lighter yours get. Like, do I want to carry your bag? Because when two become one, you got to carry both bags. The bag gets heavier. Both bags go into one. So if my bag is light and your bag is light, your bag is shiznai, is like we might can handle that. But if your bag too heavy, oh no, it's gonna knock me over. It's gonna knock me down. I can't. And then it's gonna start stinking and smelling all over the place. No. And who gonna clean it up? Me? Absolutely not. I gotta manage my shits now, ye. I don't want to manage yours. So let's do what we need to do as individuals so we can have really light bags. Then they don't smell that bad. You know what I'm saying? And then when we put them together, we figure it out. It's not too bad. It's manageable. That's just where I'm at. Because we all got a bag. Lord knows. I ain't what I used to be, but I'm still growing. I still got my ways. And so because I'm like that and my bag's gotten a little lighter, I'm looking at everybody's bag. No, that's too heavy over there. I don't know if heavy. I don't know if I want to deal with that. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So I've been on here extremely long. I've been on here extremely long. So I'm about to end the show. I hope that this helps somebody listen. Send the show to somebody if you feel like it's going to help them. Good night, love. Good night. If you feel like it's going to help them, if you feel like somebody need to hear the word, they need to look, like we got to get better. We got to grow. We got to get better. We can't continue to do the same things that we used to do, expecting a different result. And the work is hard, but it's necessary, especially in this day and time, man. So I hope that this helps somebody. We talked about the past, present, and future. Don't let your pain become your identity. Let it go, heal, lighten the load, because life is lifing and it's going to start lifing even more. So you don't need your bag to be too heavy. Okay. And don't watch the news because it's depressing. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for Talks with Ty Tuesday. It will be a little bit lighter of a load. Okay. We're going to have a little bit of fun tomorrow. I found some clips that I'm going to get y'all opinion on. Okay. Little controversy. We're going to talk about it. Okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow for Talks with Ty Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Be blessed and have an amazing week if I don't see you tomorrow. Sugar Ty, and I'm out. Bye.
Human beings have one job. Self-care. Take care of yourself so that when the people you love fall, your arms will be strong.